After falling deep into the cave, our hero slowly stood up, dusting off his clothes as if nothing had happened. He lifted his head and carefully observed his surroundings. Endless tunnels stretched in every direction, twisting and overlapping like a living puzzle. With a calm voice, he muttered, "So this is the inside of the nest? Impressive. It's built like a maze." The moment he said that, the man standing in front of him froze. Sweat instantly poured down his face. His voice trembled as he snapped back, "Those insects captured you, and you're still in the mood to admire their nest." Ignoring the panic around him, our hero continued as if thinking aloud. His gaze sharpened as he asked, "Is there anyone here who knows about the mother insect? Where is she?" The cave fell into a dead silence. Everyone stared at him as if he had just spoken insanity out loud. One person finally blurted out, "What? What did you just say?" Another followed immediately, disbelief filling his voice. "You want to find the insect mother? What are you actually trying to do?" Our hero listened to all of them with a faint smile on his face. After a brief pause, he replied calmly, "There's something I'm planning. I just need a little help from you to reach the insect mother." That sentence shattered whatever fragile hope remained among the crowd. Shock spread like wildfire. Someone whispered in fear, "He's gone crazy." Another muttered loudly, "He's probably mentally broken. Got scared out of his mind and snapped." Before their whispers could settle, a sudden movement echoed through the tunnels. An insect emerged from the darkness. The moment its shadow appeared, terror exploded. People screamed and began running without direction, fear completely taking over their minds. While fleeing, one of them shouted desperately, "It's back again. This time it will choose one of us and eat him." They ran until their legs gave out, then instinctively formed a tight circle. Panic turned into chaos as they began pushing and fighting each other. "Put him in the middle," someone yelled. "No, throw him out," another screamed. Someone else gasped in agony, "I can't breathe." Amid the madness, one man turned his head and noticed our hero still standing calmly behind them. Rage mixed with fear as he shouted, "What are you staring at? Do you want to become food too?" Another man turned around as well, his voice breaking, "Are you stupid? Someone's going to die either way. If you provoke it, the next one eaten might be us. Sorry, but you just had to lose your mind at the worst possible time." He couldn't finish his sentence. The insect had already reached our hero. For a brief moment, the two locked eyes, predator and prey, staring straight at each other. Then, in the next instant, the insect lunged forward to attack. The people watching were frozen in terror, but just as the insect came within arm's reach, our hero moved. He grabbed a part of the insect's body and threw a single punch. A deafening explosion echoed through the cave. The power behind that punch was terrifying, like a gunshot fired at point-blank range. Flames burst out around his fist, and the moment his punch connected with the insect's face, its head was pierced straight through. Blood sprayed. The massive insect collapsed lifelessly to the ground. Then screams, "What? What just happened? He killed it in one hit. That had to be a gun. He must have used a gun." No, there was no gun in his hand. Shock and disbelief spread across every face. Without looking back at the corpse, our hero leaped forward toward the exit of the tunnel. Then he turned around, his eyes calm yet commanding, and asked, "Are you all coming with me, or staying here?" For a second, no one answered. Then one man suddenly shouted, "I'll go. I know some of the tunnels. I almost escaped once." Another quickly followed, "I'm coming too." Soon, voices rose one after another. "We'll come with you. The more people we have together, the stronger we'll be. If we stay here, we'll die anyway. So instead of waiting to be eaten, we might as well fight." As he listened to their voices echo through the nest, our hero lowered his head slightly and smiled to himself. The moment shifted slightly. After moving a little farther ahead, a horrifying sight appeared in front of them, dozens of insects crawling out from the darkness. The instant the others saw them, fear washed over their faces. Terror was written clearly in their eyes, their bodies stiffening as panic took hold. While everyone instinctively stepped back, our hero alone moved forward, taking 3 or 4 calm steps ahead and stopping right in front of the swarm. Seeing him stand there alone against so many insects, some people completely lost their nerve. "This is different," one of them whispered in fear. "No matter how strong he is, he can't defeat an entire group by himself." Another man shook uncontrollably and said, "I don't want to die, and definitely not like this. This would be a terrifying death." Before their fear-filled words could even settle, the insects suddenly launched their attack. They charged straight at our hero. The moment they came close, he began killing them effortlessly. What happened next shattered everyone's expectations. With terrifying ease, our hero moved among them, his body flowing through the swarm like a force of destruction. In just a few seconds, he stepped right into the middle of the insect group. Some insects were torn apart into pieces, their bodies ripped open mid-charge. Others were crushed instantly by a single punch, their forms collapsing before they could even react. There was no hesitation, no struggle. In mere seconds, the entire insect group was wiped out. The cave fell silent once again. The people standing behind him were completely stunned. Their mouths hung open as disbelief overtook their fear. Then voices began to rise. "He's unbelievably strong. He wiped out an entire insect squad in one go, and he did it alone." As they were still talking among themselves in shock and awe, our hero calmly spoke. "The direction those bugs came from, is that where the mother insect is?" Hearing this, one man hesitated for a moment before replying softly, "Probably." The instant our hero heard that single word, he nodded without hesitation and said, "All right then, we move forward." And without waiting for another response, he began walking ahead. The moment shifted again. After walking a little farther, everyone suddenly came to a halt. Something ahead had stopped them in their tracks. Their expressions froze, eyes widening in shock as they stared forward, unable to believe what they were seeing. Our hero, however, remained calm. Relaxed, almost curious, he spoke softly as he looked ahead. "Is this the thing I've been looking for?" Standing right in front of them was a massive green insect, far larger than the others. Its presence alone was suffocating. The moment the rest of the people saw it clearly, fear instantly gripped them. Their bodies stiffened, their breaths grew shallow, and terror was plainly written across their faces. Hearing the hero's words, one man quickly shook his head and said, "No, that's called an antenna bug." The moment our hero heard the name antenna bug, a flicker of surprise passed through his eyes. The man then pointed toward the back of the insect and said urgently, "Look at that part behind it. It's shaped exactly like an antenna." Our hero focused his gaze there. As soon as he noticed it, realization dawned on him, and he spoke again, his voice steady yet intrigued. "I've seen it before. There are antenna-like tendrils sticking out of its tail." "Oh, so that's how it works. I'm guessing it controls the swarm?" The man nodded immediately and replied, "Yes, exactly." At that moment, our hero slowly extended his hand forward. Seeing this, the man's eyes widened in alarm, and he shouted, "What are you doing?" Before he could say anything else, something unexpected happened. A green-colored energy began to emerge from our hero's hand, glowing faintly yet ominously in the darkness of the cave. The instant everyone saw it, shock rippled through the group. Gasps echoed one after another as they stared at his hand in disbelief. "What is that green thing in your hand?"